Hey, what's up? It's Scott from Goodgamereviews. This is the third instalment of our Lords of Football walkthrough. It's day three. It's not good news. We were knocked out of the cup yesterday to a team that played us off the park. Although I can't tell who that team was. So first day back after the first competitive game and a loss. So. The first bit of news I'm greeted with are some of your players may not be interested in training today. I'm assuming that's a morale thing rather than they just got rat-assed the night before. So here they come, they're coming out. Now I need to think about fitness because some of them appear to be quite tired. I think if we can bring the energy levels up. Just waiting for them to come out. Now I don't know. Oh yes, I do. I do know how we do this. We go into the physiotherapist and we maybe click on therapy and change. How do we remove this? There we go. And we want massages in there because that's going to get some of our players back on track, I think. So let's look for the ones with the low energy levels and we'll get those in here and getting massaged. We might have a few too many coming through. Let's pick this fella up. Oh no, we're getting too many players, so we'll go with this fella for now because at least he's here on time. There's only 2 massage tables. Let me see if I plonk them in here if they wait. Okay, it might be that if we plonk them in there that... No, they're going to come running out. See if I plonk them in the back there. No, all running out. Okay. So we'll just have to wait for those guys to come out of there and then put the new fellas in. So we'll leave that for the time being. What else is going on here? So this goalkeeper looks like he's seen better days. Now I'm having trouble picking everybody up at once. So what I'm going to do, I think if you press Control and click on them, yeah, you just pick up an individual. So I wonder if I leave them hanging around out here. He's still injured. Maybe that will help their recovery if they're just left hanging around. Potentially we could give them some form of training in here. So let's see if that works. Yeah, so they're going to plonk themselves down in there, so that's quite good news. We'll see if that improves their fitness. We've got these 2 fellas working out in the gym. They possibly need a bit of a rest as well, so let's plonk them all in there and hopefully they'll go and sit back down. These fellas look like they've had what they needed. So as you can see, it's a bit more, I guess, hands-on in terms of oh, these fellas are coming running back. I don't know why that is. So it's a bit more hands-on in terms of the training, but realistically I'm doing the the same thing every single day. Apparently I can't dump this fella in the training, so I was plonking back down there. As you can see, we're starting to get a few people injured, so I'm guessing we need to achieve... Alright, okay, so See if these people go in here and actually have some physio. That's good. Yeah, as I was saying, it could get, you know, a little bit repetitive. Maybe once you've opened more training up, it's a little bit more interesting because you've got more options. But at the moment, you know, I don't seem to have that much I can get them to do, and because we're yet to have a player tell us that he's, you know, addicted to something or go out and cause trouble. We haven't really seen any of the extra elements that maybe come into it. So you know, that might build up. But we'll you know, we'll wait and see. What I'm going to do is fast forward through the rest of the day, because I think unless these are getting back to full fitness, let's have a little look at their energy levels. Well, I think they're getting there. They were orange, I think, when I put them in, so that's good news. I'll just take those two people out. I don't think I can put the the other person in there because he's injured. So we've got a couple of people. We've got one person practicing his heading. That's it. So they're still in the physio room. It's just going to speed this up a little bit. There we go. They're now green. So let's get those boys out. Those plonked over here. Oh, well, I think he was injured, so let's pick up the orange ones and see what happens here. And I plonk all four of them in. So disappointed that it doesn't look like these geezers wait in the sitting room, which would be quite nice if they actually plonked themselves down and waited for the other ones to leave. Looks like you've got to, I guess, micromanage every single bit of that, which is a bit annoying, but you know, we'll see what happens with that. Let's speed this up again. It's almost home time, or go out on the lash time for the boys. So there we go. Those two are done. Let's get these out of here. Get them in some passing, apart from him who's injured, and let's just make sure Tommy Smith is injured, because we could definitely do with the centre half. Oh no, it looks like he's okay. So let's pick these two fellas up. Oh. And let's plonk them in there as well. So hopefully we've got some proper training going on and getting some people back to fitness, which is what I forgot to do the first time round. Although we've still got a fair few people who are, by the looks of it, quite tired. It was a good penalty. So that's pretty much it. Official training hours are over, so I think you know what, they were a little bit late turning up and they lost, so let's make them play a little bit longer. Okay, those two people are leaving. Let's call it quits there. Once again, they're quite pleased to be heading home, as you can see. And then it's a mass exodus all down to the subway to go out on the beer. So let's follow one of them, see what happens when he disappears into the subway. It's a bit wrong that these fellas don't have a shower before they. Oh, I managed to pick everybody up. They'll be annoyed by that. Okay, so they're all heading off into town. So let's follow this one. He's out for a dance. Okay, so I think from here we go to needs. So they're all having a bit of a dance and see if the goalies are out. There's one of them. he's my reserve goalie, so I'm not overly concerned by him. This fellow looks like he's making a beeline for that lady. Oh, she's run off. So, I guess one of the things I've noticed is that, see if anyone's got any issues, shall we? I guess one of the things I've noticed is that it appears that they go out every single night of the week. Which, I guess as a footballer you might well do that, but you know, it just seems a little bit odd. There's nothing you can do. It looks like every single one of them is out. Nothing you can do to make them actually not go out. So it's kind of, how do you stop them from getting into a position where they have issues? And I don't suppose you do. It's just how you deal with those once you encounter them. But there you go. So that's pretty much another day done. We're now going to be working on the training, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, sorry, on the match tomorrow, we'll see how that goes. I don't know who we're playing. We are playing a first game of our season, so I don't know if I can go back to the training ground while everything's going on and see what. See if there's any players here that, because we obviously look to buy some people. It doesn't look like it yet. I'm assuming they'd appear over here, but might not be the case. Outbound, we've got a few people up for sale, but doesn't look like anything's happened with any of those. So, and I was looking to see who we were playing. Oh, we're in the second division, so that's not going to help. I guess it's the second division, yeah, even though it's the championship, never mind. Where are we? We've got Charlton. So here we go. This is where we find out. This is where we find out how far away we are from doing anything in this division. From what I've seen, although I haven't seen anyone else at the same level, I'd suggest quite a way. Let's have a little look at our team. I probably should have done this earlier, but never mind. Well, it looks like we've got some reasonable fitness. I'm going to auto pick this time to see what it does. Okay, it's changed a few things around, so let's crack on. Oh no, I did put us on counter attack. That seems to have gone. So here we go. Right. Now we don't want to simulate. I think you can simulate when you're halfway through. I think I saw that on the options. But let's see how we go. We desperately need a win, really. So fingers crossed we can get that. But here we go. We're looking good so far. Oh, and some morale's gone up from that, so that's good news. Oh, I thought that was in. We've given them a goal kick. Unlucky boys. Good attempt. So a relatively good start. We'll be quite content with that. Let's have a little look, see how they're. Thankfully no one's tired after 5 minutes, which is good news. So, we've paused the game. We're going to try and make a Goldrick run down here. And we're going to try and give him the ball, although I'm now slightly concerned he might be offside, but let's see what happens. Shoot, man, shoot! Oh, it's brilliant, what a goal! I'd like to take all of the credit for that. I think it was all of my ingenious play down there that created that chance, and it's a good start. I'm happy with a 1-0 lead. There's an objective to score 5 goals in the game. this could be the one. I might be getting ahead of myself, but you know. Here we go again. Taking the ball off him at will. That's it's got stuck in the turf. Oh, and that's a horrendous foul. This is 2-0. I can see it already. This is curling in the top corner. The ref seems to be quite a way away from the action, I must admit, standing over here. So it looks like we can play the ball a bit further forward and it gets stuck in the turf, so let's see what that does. Oh, it's a good save by the keeper. That whole move wasn't that fluid, wasn't as fluid as I hoped, but you know, it's another shot. Another shot, we'll be relatively happy with that. So we're going to see if we can get some crosses in. I'm going to run this fella in to here. And I'm going to try and whip the ball in to where he's going. Oh, that's run. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to try and whip the ball into... One more time. I'm going to try and whip the ball in to where he's going. So let's see if that works. Oh, he's run off the pitch. That seemed a little pointless. Oh, it's high quality stuff, this. Oh, here we go again. So in the space of sort of 30 seconds all we've done is run the ball off the pitch, but at least we're taking it in turns to show how shite we are. Okay, one geezer's skipped past about 18 challenges. Thankfully the keeper's come out and caught it, which is good news. So as I said, I mean it's quite interesting the idea that you can dictate some of the play by asking the players to pass the ball in various locations and oh, how's he put that over? That's incredible. Perhaps we should sign him. You know, it's quite interesting to have that dynamic, I guess, of sort of picking where you want the ball to play and all the rest of those things, but it just doesn't quite... It's sort of heading down that you're actually playing the game and it doesn't quite do it as quickly as you would do it, say, if you were playing FIFA, for example. So it's, you know, it's nice to have, but it's probably more infuriating than anything. So I'm going to try and get this fella to run in behind, and I'm going to try and... What I would do if I was now, I'd wait half a second and play that ball in that gap. I mean, it's gone to a different player, but you know, but it's those sorts of things where, you know, it worked quite well there. But I'm not convinced it always does what you would expect it. And if it doesn't happen straight away in that moment when you've paused the game, things change. So it's, you know, it's an interesting element to have, but it probably would annoy me in the long term. Because it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do. So we need to make sure we don't concede just before half time, because 3 points away from home in the first game would be a big thing for us. And then hopefully we can look at bringing some players in to improve our team. Okay. Let's just see that ball up the pitch. We're pretty much done. There we go. So that's the first half out of the way. Now we have a very quick turnaround in this, I must admit. And they're back out for the second half. Now let's have a little look at our conditions. So we've got a few people slipping down the list, but this looks like they're quite content as well. So let's stick with what we've got. Okay, so we're going to get this fella to run in here, and at the same time we're going to have the ball played in there as well. So let's see if that's good covering from the defender. And that's the thing, you need a little bit of a delay on where the player is to where he's going to pass to where the other player is running, and you can't quite get that. So I wanted the winger at that point in time to run a few more steps with the ball to allow the striker to catch up. But that didn't quite happen. So Charlton are coming back into this a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if they equalise fairly soon. It's good covering by the midfielder there. I'm not sure about the back heels in defence, but you know. And that's a horrendous ball across the back four. Now I made a comment just as my player makes a tackle, but I made a comment earlier in one of the videos that there seemed to be on the transfer market, there seemed to be no tackling stat, which is evident when you watch this because everybody seems to be able just to run past everybody at will. 65 minutes gone. It's Rafa Benitez substitution time. I think I'll adopt that. So who's quite tired? We've got a few players who look like they could do with a rest. Unfortunately, we haven't got that much to bring on for them. Let's get a defensive midfielder on for him. Let's get the philosopher off for Chopra, and let's leave the others just in case we get an injury or something which we haven't seen yet. So. Okay, so I really want to be holding on to the ball a little bit as I say that. It gets run off the pitch yet again. Maybe that's what we need to practice, how to control the ball. Oh, I noticed that one of our defenders has just slipped into red, so I think it's probably worthwhile making that change. Although I am going to be putting on a left back for him, which isn't ideal. Let's just swap. Oh, that was me making the wrong change, and now I don't know if I can unchange that. Let's try it. Phew. I was getting ahead of myself. I want to swap these two round as well. Ah, that would be why. Don't really know what I've done here. Tommy Smith needs to go where Chambers is. Okay. And then Chambers, where are you? We're going to swap with this fella here. God, that was harder than it should have been. Okay. Let's keep going. Possibly should have changed to a slightly more defensive, maybe some counter-attacking options, but let's stick with what we've got. Don't want to start sinking too deep. Okay. Keep him out, boys. Oh, that's a horrendous challenge. Oh, and they've just let him run in. I don't quite know how that's gone where it has. There's the changes now. It was a good save, was it? Okay. So let's hold out here, boys. We need a win here. Phew, that was quite lucky. As you can see, the earlier good moods when we were playing reasonably well seem to have disappeared, and we've been left with some people in some pretty mediocre states. Probably because we haven't had the ball really, and every time we do have it, we run off the pitch for a throw-in. Thought we were going to get a cross in then, but instead there's another player jumping over a challenge. That seems to happen an awful lot actually. I'm going to concentrate on getting a few people back for this. Probably uses a reasonable amount of energy, I would imagine, but we need the people back. It's the last few minutes of the game, and they're attacking. We need to get rid of that. He seems to be just running around. Phew, the latch. So you've noticed over the last few videos, there's the odd person. I mean, like in our team, we've got the philosopher. They're nicknames. Now I don't know if that nickname means that they have a special kind of ability. I haven't actually looked at any of my players' stats. Oh, it's a win! Awesome. Haven't actually looked at any of the stats to really say, but you seem to have done all right there. But yeah, there's some nicknames in there. I wonder if that's associated to players' ability or if it's just something random that's generated for the odd few player. So there you go. There's the first game of the season minus the cup. It's a win. It means surely my players are going to come back to training happy. Either that, or they're going to go out and get bladdered, and then we're going to have to try and deal with those. So there you go. There's game 3 done, and it's the second win, but the first win that actually means something. So there you were. You've witnessed the start of something special, I'm sure. Here we go. We've got a challenge complete. So there's some new exercises on the small pitch, passing training on the small pitch. I don't know what the difference between that and the other one is. Maybe it just means you can allocate more plays to passing. I don't know. Maybe it gives different bonuses. But we also, yeah, it looks like the physio room seems to have got a bit of a boost as well there. So that's good news. Okay, well, we'll leave it there, and I will see you again soon. Please subscribe, leave any comments. Again, if there's any games you want us to take a look at, games that you've been playing that not many other people have, that sort of thing, then give us a shout, and we'll get onto those. But thanks for watching.